do you have Aaron Whittier's last presentation? Can you send that to me? So without further ado, I'm going to send this over to Aaron Whittier to present to you tonight. Take it away, Aaron.
Oh man, wow, Clay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Listen, back at you. I'm the grateful one because meeting you and getting to know you, who you are. Obviously, you're an incredible builder, incredible a leader, but you as a person, that's over everything. You're an incredible person, and just so grateful for you. And you're doing so much for the company, not just your community and your team, but the entire company, and you're doing a ton for our leadership group as well. So, I just appreciate you and respect you, and I'm grateful for you. So thank you so much. And I know you got to run to another presentation. I appreciate you opening up the call for me. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, for everybody else, hey, welcome. If this is your first presentation, your second, third, fourth, or if you're watching the replay, if you get a hold of this replay, welcome. Um, I'm excited to share some information with you. I'm a big believer that, timing is everything. Maybe you're married and maybe you met your husband or wife, your spouse, when you least expected it, right? Or, maybe you weren't planning to having kids, but the timing was right. So you have kids, right? The same thing applies in business. Business, everything's timing, and you're here tonight or you're watching this presentation because you either know somebody or, the timing was right that you're here tonight or you're watching the replay. So I got to tell you that, if you ever say to yourself, I've never been at the right place at the right time, you can't say that anymore. After tonight, after seeing this presentation, you can no longer say, man, I wish I would have been there. I wish I would have been there when, I wish I would have been there in the right time. So, because we are smack dab in the best time to, see this company and see what we're doing. So this has never been done before, and that's kind of what we share with me when I got started. I got approached back in April. I did some consulting with a direct sales company in 2019 with a guy by the name of John McKellop. And the last 4 years, I've been selling health insurance, and life's been good, just so, working at home, and life's been good. And I've been an entrepreneur for 27 years, but I stepped away from direct sales because it nothing really got me excited. So I kind of retired. And in 2019, I did some consulting with John for about 2.5 months. And after that, went our separate ways. Well, he called me back in April of this year, and he said, Aaron, we're building something, and it's never been done before. And frankly, it could be the next big disruptor. And when I heard that, I kind of ignored it at first. Then he called me again, and he said it again. And so I did what most people did. I looked on Google and I saw, one video, and I watched the video. And after that, watching that video, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, that's incredible. I've never seen this before. Never heard of something like this because it's never been done. But also I thought, I don't get it. Like, it sounds way too good to be true. And that's what I thought, So anyway, long story short, I went to John and I said, John, can we jump on a Zoom? I have a lot of questions and I have a lot of concerns. And frankly, I don't understand how the company's going to do this, how they're going to pull it off. So we jumped on a Zoom, and an hour later, I was sitting in this seat shaking, just shaking, going, oh my gosh. And the rest is history. And what I did, and I'm telling you this because this is how I want you to do it if you decide to partner with us. I made a list of just 15 people, 15 of the closest, most sharpest people I knew. And I called them up and I said, listen, you got to see something. And, it's never been done before. And frankly, it could be the next disruptor, just like John said to me. And I said, so they said, what is it? I said, you got to see it. I can't explain it. And all 15 people watched that same video I did. I followed up and asked one question. I said, hey, what made more sense? Was it doubling your buying power with this card? Or was it making money every time someone swipes a card, or both? And 10 out of the 15 people said both, but I don't understand it. And frankly, seems too good to be true. Exactly how I felt, right? And I said, listen, I can't answer any questions. I don't know enough about it. Let me see if I can get the CEO, John McKellop, on the phone. We planned a Zoom. All 10 people jumped on a Zoom with John. John answered all the questions, and all 10 people said, just like I did, oh my gosh, man, if they pull this off, this is going to be incredible. All 10 people joined, and the rest is history. That was back in May, and it is just taken off like a rocket ship. And, that was all during pre-launch, about 7 months worth of pre-launch. And the company officially launched a month ago. And Now we're the beginning of this coming year, we're about ready to really, really take off. So again, you're seeing this company, the absolute perfect time. There couldn't be a better time. So who are we talking about, right? We're talking about a company called Transact Card, right? Let me go ahead and share my screen and show you what I'm talking about. So the company is called Transact Card. So who are we, right? We're a positive social impact approach to banking. Now, what I want you to understand, which is really important, is our one co-founder named Peter Rancy. He's got 45 years in the banking arena. He's not a banker. He's more of a connector. Okay, he spoke at some of the biggest, conventions, banking conventions. He has connections all over the world. So what he's been doing the last handful of years has been trying to help out these minority and community banks stay in business. Because you all know the bigger banks are really taking over everything, and the smaller banks are in trouble. They're closing down like crazy, hundreds a year. So what we do, and this is how it all works. When I bring this all together, you're gonna blow your mind. Okay. So what we're doing is we're partnering, okay, with these banks, and what we're doing is we're opening an FDIC insured checking account with that bank. It's all digital. Just it's a future in banking. So you go through an FDIC process. You go through a federal KYC process, know your customer, and you get your own checking account. And then you get this Transact card. It's going to be a MasterCard. And anywhere you can swipe a MasterCard, which is just about everywhere, you're going to swipe this card. Now, why are you going to swipe this card instead of your other cards? Because your other cards might give you up to 5% cash back and maybe a lot of points for airline miles and travel and yada, 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 right? Well, what if you could swipe this card and every dollar you spend, you earned one Z-Buck? Now, inside of our ecosystem, one Z-Buck is equivalent to $1. Now, think about that. You go to get some groceries, you spend $70 in groceries, you swipe the Transact card, you get 70 Z-Bucks. Dollar for dollar Z-Bucks. Now, like I said, inside of our ecosystem, what's our ecosystem? Well, we have an e-commerce site called the Z Club. Now, this e-commerce site is just getting started, okay? We're in the beta phase right now, but we're going to have just about everything on there eventually. We're talking, all the consumables you buy on a daily basis, toilet paper, paper towels, toothpaste, dog food, all the stuff, you jewelry, all this stuff here. And this is an example of how this is going to work here. And it's already working. People are already getting amazing discounts. But let's say you want to buy a pair of shoes. You go on Amazon, because everybody buys on Amazon these days, right? And those shoes are $100. You go to your local mall, those shoes are $100. Well, you go to our Z Club, it's the exact same shoe, not overstock.com, not last year's models, exact same shoe for $100. But because you got 70 Z-Bucks because you went grocery shopping and swiped the Transact card, you can apply 25 of those Z-Bucks and save 25% in this example. Now, what did the Z-Buck cost you? Cost you nothing, right? So you could choose to swipe your American Express Platinum, which is $695 annually, your Discover card, your Capital One, your Bank of America, your Wells Fargo, whatever card you got, you could choose to swipe those cards and get 2 to 5% cash back or points, or swipe the Transact card and double your buying power. Which card are you going to swipe? You're not going to swipe any other card besides the Transact card, right? You want an electric bike? Look at the savings electric bike. Diapers. Diapers are expensive. Thank goodness my girls are all grown, but diapers are expensive. $53 for a box of diapers. And listen, kids poop a lot, right? You go through that box of diapers pretty quick. What if you could save essentially 50% off just applying Z-Bucks? Okay, this Z Club is going to be absolutely incredible. So what's the company been doing, right? Because most of the time we've been here has been in pre-launch. We didn't even have the Z Club open. So the company's going to continue to do this stuff here. They're going to continue to do flash sales. The company buys a number of certain products. Here you get the Ray-Ban sunglasses, $120. What's neat about this is you're going to get a notification with your free app that you get, and it's going to say flash sale. And you're going to go on your app or you're going to go online. You're going to get there quick. And the company might buy 1,000 pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses or 100 or whatever. It depends on the item. And if you get there, you can apply the cost of the item in Z-Bucks. So 120 Z-Bucks, which costs you nothing. And you can get these Ray-Ban sunglasses in this example. All you pay for is shipping and handling. Might be $6.99, but you get these glasses. Now, here's an example of a bunch of people that got a bunch of stuff. You get bags, speakers, VR headsets, merchandise, electric scooters, water bottles, earbuds, blankets. These people are all smiling. Why? Because all they paid for was shipping and handling. Yes, that's me. I got a $1,200 electric bike on a flash sale, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't believe it. All I paid for was shipping and handling. In addition to that, the company, 100 people just got back from a free all expense paid cruise. All they had to do was get there. But once they get on the cruise ship, here's Michelle and John Lay. They're part of my community here. They get a $1,400 4-day, 3-night cruise, cruising to the Bahamas in beginning of December. They just got back. Everything was paid for. All expense paid on the cruise. They didn't have to tip, nothing. It cost them nothing. All they had to do was accumulate 1,400 Z bucks and they got on a cruise. The company's going to keep doing stuff like this. So you can become a customer or you can be a digital branch office. We're going to go into that in a second. And you can get free stuff all the time. And not talking like, a free, Kleenex, right? Or, a free chain. We're talking like some big, incredible stuff, right? Now, how many of you travel? How many of you guys getting back into travel after COVID, We launched this Z Club Travel. Now, listen, there are a lot of companies out there that are just travel companies, and they charge a monthly amount to have this kind of travel. We're not charging a dime. As anybody that's a customer here can get this Z Club Travel and get up to 60% off hotels, resort condos, and private homes. Here's an example here, the Las Vegas Hilton. 614 for 3 nights. You can apply 331 Z bucks in this example, get down to $283. That's pretty incredible, right? For 3 nighs. And all it costs is Z bucks, and the Z bucks don't cost you anything. In addition to that, we have this easy power earn and save card. We have 350 of the top retailers where you could go on and you could purchase gift cards for people. Now, what's neat about this, when you purchase a gift card, you get Z bucks, dollar for dollar Z bucks, and you can virtually, just by text or email, send somebody a gift card. In addition to that, what's cool about this is, let's say I sent Joe an Olive Garden, gift card, and his wife goes, I hate the Olive Garden. I got sick there, right? And he goes, well, honey, what do you want? She goes, I wanted to make it Starbucks, so I'm going to go to Panera instead. They can change that gift card to whatever they want, all on that app, which is really cool. So I know you're already thinking, this card is incredible, right? To double your buying power, this card's got to be expensive because the American Express Platinum is one of the best rewards cards out there. It's $695 annually, right? This card's got to be $1,500, right? That's what you're thinking? This card is only $25, and it's $25 for life if you get this card before the end of this year. There's never going to be a renewal fee. It's going to be $25. Listen, if I don't get $25 for the year, that's nothing, right? But if you could never pay $25 again, why wouldn't you get it immediately, right? Now, what's neat about this, you're going to get 500 Z bucks awarded per week until a new banking platform comes on. The new banking platform is coming on any day now. So you might get 500 Z bucks if you get started here. And they've just been giving us Z bucks because we had our beta banking platform. We're transitioning to our own banking platform here. It's going to start any moment here. But we've accumulated a bunch of Z bucks. The company's just giving it to us, which is awesome. In addition to that, if you get this card before the end of the year, you're going to double your Z bucks on every purchase the entire year of 2024. Double your Z bucks. Not get 70 for going to the grocery store. You're going to 140. In addition to that, next month here, every customer gets a free website, a free app, and you're going to be able to refer others. And get this. Listen, you're going to tell everybody about this. Okay. When we get this card in our hand again and MasterCard, and everybody's taking selfies and on social media saying I double my buying power. Everybody's going to be like, how'd you get that card? And what is this card? It's going to go berserk. It already has. We already have 100,000 people. 100,000 people. And we just launched a month ago. It was all during pre-launch that are committed to this card. 100,000. But it's going to go quickly to 1 million and then quickly to 10 million. So every customer can refer anybody they want, and they're going to get 500 Z bucks every time they refer somebody. So there's 3 different pillars in our company. There's the Transact Card members and their referrals, like we just spoke about. There's digital branch offices in their communities. We're going to talk about that in a second. And you're not going to be able to sleep tonight after we talk about it. I guarantee it if it's the first time you're seeing this. In addition to that, we have national influencers. We have 27 huge foundations. I can't name them on this Zoom. Get back to the person that invited you on. But I can say this. Why are these big celebrities and sports personalities and other people that you all know the names of them? If I said these names, you'd be like, are you kidding me? They're already partnered with you? That's incredible. Now, why are they partnering with us? Well, let me explain why. You all know that every time we swipe a credit card or a debit card, you go to Target, you spend $100 on goods. Now, Target pays the issuer of that card. Call it a Wells Fargo, Capital One, whatever card, credit card, or debit card you use. Target pays what we call interchange fees when you swipe that card. They pay a fee to the bank. It's about 3% of every dollar you swipe. A lot of you don't know that. That's how the banks are making a ton of money, not just lending our money out at a higher interest rate. They're making a ton of money on us swiping our credit cards and debit cards every single day. Now, how this is different is, like I said, we're partnering with these banks, right? And these banks are excited that we're partnering with them. We're helping them out, right? Boosting their book of business. So what are they doing for us? Well, for the first time in history, a bank is going to share those interchange fees with us. Think about that. Think about that. For the first time, they're going to share interchange fees with us. And instead of them keeping the entire 3%, okay, they're going to give money back to these foundations. When these supporters of these foundations swipe the card, they're going to double their buying power. But in addition to that, a portion of those interchange fees is going to get paid to these foundations, whatever foundation it is, whatever foundation you want to support and give money to. We don't have to give money anymore. All you got to do is swipe this card, and the bank is going to pay that foundation for you because you swiped the card. We got people beating down our door that want to partner with us, beating down our door because no one is doing this. Now, in addition to that, you and I can benefit as well. Now, I don't know if you've ever wanted to be an entrepreneur, or if you're already an entrepreneur, or if you're someone that just needs to bring more income into the family. Listen, I know times are tough. 100 million Americans right now are struggling. They're right at the poverty line. So for what we can all do is we can all partake in that. We can actually have some of the benefits as a bank. Think about that. How would you like to get paid? Every time someone swiped the most incredible card ever created. Like, no one's ever going to swipe any other card once this card really gets out there. And you can make money every time someone swipes it. So for $495, you can be what we call a digital branch office. Now, it says plus $50 a month and a 10% service fee. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But you get full banking and market-based platform access. You get 500 Z-Bucks, just like the customers. You're also a customer. You get 500 Z-Bucks awarded till the new banking platform comes on. You're going to double your Z-Bucks as well. You get all the marketing, technology, and training support. And listen, I got to tell you, I've been with a few companies over my 27 years. And the technology and the marketing and the support here is unmatched, unparalleled. It's unbelievable, the technology and the people that are building out these platforms. But the most important thing is you get to participate in the revenue plan. You get transaction revenue, community revenue, leadership grants, and you get to get paid every time someone swipes a card. Now, listen, our fearless leader, Eric Allen, I love what he says. He says, this is the holy grail of entrepreneurship. See, we're not going out there trying to sell a product. Listen, nothing against that. I did it for years. I did really well. But it's a lot easier to go to somebody and say, hey, don't change anything you're buying. Keep buying the same skincare. Keep buying the same weight loss. Keep buying the same pills, potions, and lotions. Don't change anything. You already love those products. Just change the card you buy it with, and you'll double your buying power. Think about that one. We're not selling a product. We're solving a problem. And you could compound your potential as well. Because just like I know people, you know people, they either want more money, that are tired, sick and tired, they don't like their job, whatever it is, or they're entrepreneurs, and they may be struggling in another company or another opportunity. Now you can go to people and say, hey, check this out, just like I did in the beginning. Just say, hey, you got to see something, right? And when they see a presentation like this, or they see a different presentation, or they see some information, and they get the information, and they go, oh my gosh, this is incredible, and they join your community, you can compound your potential, because those people are going to go to people you don't know. And that's what's happened, is it's just spreading like crazy across the country. And you can have multiple digital branch offices part of your community. And all those digital branch offices, those people are sharing that card with people all over the country. And those people are all starting to swipe the card. And all that flows up to you within so many levels of digital branches. It all flows to you, and you get paid the same amount on those customers. Absolutely incredible. So one thing you want to do right away, you want to become a manager. How do you become a manager? Well, you go out and share this with 3 people that also become digital branch offices. You become a manager. Or you can go out and you share this card with 20 people. You can get 20 Transact card members, or TCMs for short. Now, why do you want to do that? Listen, you can do it anytime you want, but if you do it in your first 30 days, we have this community revenue bonus. And I got to tell you that the founders here, they're so generous. There's so much money in the system. I want you guys to understand that. And swipes is so much money that banks are keeping. And you know what? Frankly, our owners could keep it for themselves. We get paid a number of different ways, and this is the newest way. And I got to tell you, this is probably the most incredible way. Besides the swipes, which is amazing, this right here is accumulated from everybody in the company. The company's going to take a bunch of different money from different areas, people signing up for the card, becoming Digital Ranch offices, swiping the card, going to the Z Club and buying things. They're going to take money and going to pool it into this community revenue bonus. And it's going to get shared with all of us. Now, I don't know if you've been in other companies. I've been in other companies where they have maybe revenue shares and it's the top 1% of the company. The people are already making $100,000 a month, right? They don't need the money. But this company is kind of inverted. When you become a manager, you go out and get 3 other people to join your community or 20 customers. If you do that in your first 30 days, you're going to make up to, and I say up to because it's going to start probably in February, and it probably won't be up to 500 the first month, but it's going to mature after a few months, probably several months, maybe. But you're going to make up to $500 monthly in this bonus once you become a manager. Now, if you don't become a manager in your first 30 days of getting started, you make up to $250. But you want to raise? You go out and help 3 people become managers and you become a senior manager. Look at that, up to $1,500, and it goes up from there. I mean, this is life-changing money. This is just a bonus, ladies and gentlemen. So this is very important, this slide here. Okay, we have some holiday promotions going on right now. Now, we talked about that set service fee. Listen, we're going to be a franchise, ladies and gentlemen, eventually. I'm not sure if it's going to be February or March, one of those months. We're not sure exactly what's going to happen. But so you're going to be able to own your own franchise. All right, really, really cool. So most franchises have a big service fee. Here, you're going to pay 1% of your commissions as a franchise fee if you get started before January 31st. You're going to be locked into that 1%. Anybody that gets started after that, you're going to be, maybe up to 10% service fee potentially on the commissions to the company. In addition to that, we talked about that $50 marketing and tech fee. You saw that a minute ago. Now, listen, this is nothing. I got to tell you, $50 a month to run a business is nothing. And I don't mean to be disrespectful if $50 is a lot of money for you, but if you've ever run a business before, there's no auto ship here. You're not buying a product every month. There's no monthly cost for the Z Club. There's the travel. There's nothing like that. $50 a month to run a business is nothing, ladies and gentlemen. If you could own a digital bank essentially and have the same benefits as a bank, get paid every time someone swipes a card, and it costs you $50 a month, are you kidding me? But if you don't want to pay that $50 a month, listen, why do you, right? If you don't want to pay for it, and do something very simple. Before January 31st, you become a manager, like we spoke about. You'll never pay that $50 a month, which is probably going to start sometime in February, possibly, or March, depends. It's going to start in the future here sometime, okay? In addition to that, this month, the next, I don't know how many days, we got 11 days or so. Every time you get a customer, they're going to give you a $2.50 bonus every time you get a customer here. And if you're also building a community here, when anybody in your community goes out and gets a customer as well, through so many levels, you're going to get 50 cents for every customer who gets enrolled as well through the community. So let me bring this all together. Let me stop the share and bring it all together for you, because I know you're probably thinking like I was thinking in the beginning, and most people think, man, sounds incredible, but it sounds way too good to be true, right? I mean, raise your hand. I can't see you, but raise your hand. That was me, right? How are they doing it? Well, let me bring it all together. So the company, number one, the Z-Bucks don't cost the company anything. That's important to understand. Z-Bucks don't cost the company anything. It's just points, right? The Z Club we're building, okay? How can we give this incredible savings in the Z Club? Well, because that's not our only way we make money. See, if you were Amazon, you're a mall in the store, any mall or any kind of retail place, you have to buy the products at wholesale. You mark it up 100% roughly, get that retail profit. You sell that retail profit, you make that money. You can pay your bills, pay your employees, everything else, right? Business. What we're doing, okay, is we're going to buy those products. We're going to mark them up marginally, just a little bit. You're going to be able to go in there and buy down the cost of the product, right? Save 20 to 60% roughly on products you normally buy. How can we do that? Because we don't care about making all the money there. We make a little bit of money there. We don't care about making that retail profit. Why? Because what I already told you. Never before has a bank partnered with a company like this, and you have an e-commerce site, so you have value to the customer, and you make money every time someone swipes. So every time we swipe this card, 1.2% gets paid to the bank out of that 3% roughly. 1.8% gets paid to Transact Card. 0.5% gets paid to Transact Card. The company, 0.5% of every dollar swiped gets paid to Transact Card. The other 1.3% gets paid to you and I. 1.3% through so many levels in the compensation plan with basis points, okay, with the revenue plan. And I tell you, it's incredible. So the company's making a lot of money in the swipes. Like I said, there's a lot of money in the system. So that's how we can get this incredible savings. So who wins? Okay, let's finish up here and say who wins. All right. Number one, the banks win. The banks win because we're boosting their book of business, right? We're helping these smaller banks. We're helping them stay in business. In addition to that, some of these banks we're going to help out. These are the banks that are in areas where people still walk into the bank and cash their check. They don't have the means to do everything digitally. They just don't. So they need the bank to stay in business. So the people in those areas are going to win. The banks are winning. As consumers, remember we talked about timing. Never before has our company been in the situation it is, right? I mean, inflation, interest rates, people are hurting. Like we talked about, 100 million Americans are struggling right now. Never before has this happened. The timing is so right for a company like this to come along. Because as consumers, all we're going to do is swipe a different card. We're still going to pay the same bills we always pay. We're still going to go to dinner, still going to buy groceries, still going to pay a utility bill, our car payment, our insurance, whatever you can pay with a MasterCard, right? And we're going to double our buying power. So you spend $100, you can spend it again in our e-commerce site. Think about that. Absolutely incredible. So as consumers, everybody's going to have this card. There's going to be a day, think about this. There's going to be a day where people are going to walk up to you and go, hey, Joe, you got a green card? And you're going to be like, what are you talking about? I'm an American citizen. They're like, no, man, this card. Talking about the TransAct card because it's green, right? Everybody's going to have this green card, ladies and gentlemen. So it's really up to you whether or not you're going to be an entrepreneur and be an entrepreneur and win like we've never won before. Get in front of this incredible wave, this incredible rocket ship. Get on the ship where it's going to take off and you can take advantage. So as entrepreneurs, never before have we had an opportunity like this where we can win and we can make money every time someone swipes a card. Absolutely incredible. So get back to the person that invited you on here tonight or that shared the recording with you if you got a hold of the recording, and get back to them and ask the right questions. But also, I want you to do this. I want you to ask to speak to their leader. Okay. Don't ask that person that invited you on the questions. Ask to speak to their leader and say, hey, I'd love to get more information. Can I talk to your sponsor or your leader? Okay. Get back to them and get all your questions answered. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you all a happy holiday. Happy holidays to you. And I hope you guys have a great holiday and a happy new year. We get another presentation tomorrow, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. If you want to invite people on, the same link here, transactcard.live. Invite people here. And after that, we're going to get ready for the holidays and we'll see you back here. But thank you so much, you guys. You guys have a great evening. Happy holidays. Take care and take charge. Bye-bye now.